Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown. This is windy. So I just got out of classes. Don't mind my hair, but you know, it's nature blowing my ether hair. But let me talk about something real quick. So I was in classes, right? And I was in, you know, some sister just, you know, was asking questions about certain stuff, you know, telling the teacher and stuff, and I had to chime in some of the stuff that she was talking about, you know, like she was basically talking about like shit, you know, because it was just science, something about science, you know, how, you know, poop start and all that shit, you know. She wanted to talk about other things, but you know, she just made fun of it. Like, why not talk about shit? You know, it was just something funny that the sister wanted to do. You know, but then you know, I also said that you know you just gotta, you know, I told her that not all of us, because I point out that the species of people don't basically use the bathroom. Like basically our bowel movements are different from everybody else, basically. That's what I was trying to tell her. Like there was different species that have different bowel movements. And she's like, different species? I'm like, yeah, because we're not human. She's like, what do you mean we're not human? And I'm like, we're not human. Because I explained to her us being carbon and everything like that. And us not about the cosmos and who we are. Not so deep that I would confuse the sister, basically, but enough that she would actually get it, you know, almost like I didn't downgrade it. I don't want to say that, because trust me, I didn't. That's the last thing I fucking goddamn do. Because if I get frustrated, it's how I know I'm not downgrading shit, basically, you know. So when I was talking to the sister about it, this orc, which is Asian, this orc was like, all right. I'm like, nah, an orc want to be an orc, right? And she's like, oh no, talk about, you know, let's just, you know, you guys could talk about that later and shit like that. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, how about you just ignore us? I might be talking across the classroom and she's talking to me, but this is more important than all the school shit that you're fucking teaching us, you know? So there's some orcs in my school that I really don't pay attention to. Like, I can give two fucks about them. Sorry about that. Like, I can give two fucks about them. Like, I don't give a fuck about all of them. Actually, none of them, basically. But some of them are good people, you know? And I'm not saying they're not good people at all. It's just that I'm to a level that I don't give a shit. Even to the orcs that, you know, that I look up to, yeah, right. Even the orcs that I talk to, like the teachers and all that I've been knowing for a while before I knew all this orc stuff and everything like that, all this, you know, about us, our people, I'm still going to say it. Okay? I'm just going to say how I feel, whether they like it or not. I don't give a fuck. I am disrupting the class. There's going to be a day that I'm going to stand up in that class and I'm going to be like, this class is in disgrace. You're teaching these students, your future generation, the same old shit that you've been teaching me, and I've learned other shit that you guys are not teaching. What is wrong with this system? Why do you think I hate the school system? Why do you think I hate fucking all of this shit that's going on with the school district? But no, some idiots around here want to be like, oh no, the school district is fine. Really? If the school district is fine, why do you need to pay food for your own kids? Not all of you do that, but some of you do. What, the school can't provide for your kids for food? You know? Common fucking sense. Even in Hollywood, when you're making a movie, they're not going to tell a Hollywood actor, oh, pay for catering. They're going to look at you like, fuck you, dude. You're supposed to do that. Come on, man. Come on. For real. I'm just going to eat right here. But I don't want to eat right in front of you guys. I do that after this video. But I'm trying to tell this sister who we are. Because I told her we're not human. And she's a little bit laughing at it. She's like, then what are we? She's like, we're basically extraterrestrials. I'm like, basically, yes. But we made everything that's around here, I told her. We made everything that's around here. You know, she pointed out if we were monkeys and shit like that. And I'm like, no, we made those monkeys. We made everything that's out here. Everything. All right? And then the freaking Asian orc tried to defend herself in a way, being like, oh, but, you know, just because we have all bowel movements, because I was saying that we're not all the same here. We're not different. I mean, we're not all the same. We're all different. You know? We're not equal. That's what I was trying to say, basically. And then, you know, you have this fucking orc Asian is like, oh, you know, just because we have different bowel movements, it's literally, when she said that, it literally came to my head. I'm like, so you admitted what I said, that you don't belong in this planet. She knows. These teachers fucking know. And that's why when you know thyself and you speak the truth, they want to be all gutty to you and all like, oh, how you doing? Oh, how you been? Oh, hi. Get that shit away from me. Fuck you. Seriously, man. Seriously. Like, what the fuck? You trying to be nice to me because now I'm speaking the truth? Fuck you. I'm suspecting you to be pissed off at me and try to fucking do something to me. So everyone out here can look at you and be like, wow, that brother's speaking the truth. And that person reacted to it because that person got offended or what he said because he's actually saying the truth. A few days ago, not even a few days ago, when this whole thing started, when I came back to classes, I was frustrated and all that shit because I just didn't want classes to start or anything. Like, I didn't want to go back to classes. Still to this day, I don't want to fucking go back to classes. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm waiting for my fucking check to come so I can take this fucking high-stat shit, GED shit, and fucking get this shit over so I can get the fuck out of here because I'm done with this shit. I took a reading practice test, so I don't have to do a class because I didn't want to do the class. I'm that point in my life that fuck this shit, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And all the shit that you teaching these students, I don't want to fucking goddamn hear it. I'm getting frustrated just by hearing it. And then this is where people say that you're a man-child. The reason I get frustrated is because I know the cosmos. Deep inside my soul. What do you think I get frustrated? In the astro, there's certain things that you get frustrated mainly because in the astro realm, it happens like this. That's why there's people around here that don't like to wait. Why? Because in the astro realm, it went like this. I even explained to the sister that what happens in the spirit world affects in this physical world. So what happens in the dream happens here. That's why I was explaining some of that to the sister. You know? And she's young. I think she's like a teenager. They're all teenagers. Most people are like, what program are you in? It's a program that adults can go in, but now teenagers are going in because they don't want to be part of high school. You see? They're finding another alternative, these high school kids. Because they don't want to spend time in classes. They know it's boring. They know it's bullshit. And if they know they can stay there for 3 hours and get good credit and they can pass instead of staying from 7 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. To be honest, that sounds a lot better in my opinion. Going there from 9 o'clock to 12:30, motherfucker, that's a steal. That's a steal for high school kids. I wish I had that shit when I was fucking in high school. I wish I did. I wish I dropped out of high school. Right? Because they gave me I passed high school. They didn't give me a high school equivalency because I was in special education class. All right? Why do they call it special education class? Oh, because you're special. Thank you, because I am special. Special in a way that they know what type of powers we have. Okay? That's why they call it special education. They look at you and they be like, we need to teach you certain things that you should be taught because you are a different level than all these other kids out in regular classes. So we need to dumb you down even farther. That's why we call it special education, because we're teaching you stupid shit to downgrade you more. That's what it is. Because they're grabbing all these fucking kids that are smart as fuck and making them dumb as fuck. And it's frustrating me the fuck. It's frustrating me. And how come that doesn't frustrate you? Because people like to be dumb around here. You know how many times I've heard conversations of people just being dumb? And I'm just like, look, I understand not butting in and all that shit. Like, you know, they you know, if they give you a question, then answer it and all that shit, you know? And that's fine. And I get it. That's why I really don't. That's why when I'm walking and hear a conversation that I mentioned, like for example, if I was hearing what these orcs were saying and everything like that, and I'm just like, you guys have no idea what you're talking about, I don't have to tell these orcs anything, but for my family, for my brothers and sisters, that's who I'm going to tell it to. Right? Whether they like it or not, to be quite honest. I told her, yeah, we're technically extraterrestrials. We created everything that's out here. This is us. We are here, basically. And I told her that the reason that the reason I told her too that the government, like the evil beings, can't take the atmosphere of space, so they had to go through a portal to come through here. Right? That's what I told her. And she's like, oh. And once I mentioned the portal, she's like, oh my god, you know that black portal, I don't know what it's called. I'm like, the black hole? She's like, yeah. And I'm discussing to her about that, you know. She was getting engaged and, you know, getting to it. And then this old bitch was like, all right, let's go back to class. No, you see how that is? When you start noticing these fucking bitches, when you talk to your fucking family, to your brothers and sisters, and they get stimulated and they be like, yeah. All of a sudden they want to come in and be like, no. Fuck you, bitch. What are you going to teach me? What are you going to teach me in this class that you fucking don't know? You're going to teach me what? You're going to teach me about Christopher Columbus, for example, or you're going to teach me anything that is not fucking good at all, or not even stimulating our fucking goddamn mind. There's like a science project that we're doing, and I'm doing a pyramid. And the same orc Asian bitch was literally like, oh, that's cool and shit. And I'm just like in my background, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. I do, like, even before I knew all of this orc stuff and everything like that and about our family and shit, I still got annoyed when people went up to me while I was, you know, doing my thing in school and were like, what are you doing? I don't give a fuck if it is the teacher. I don't want you to look at my work until I go up to you as a fucking student. Or raise my hand and ask you a question if I got this right or wrong. That's why some of the teachers that know me there the most, they'll be like, do you need any help? No, I'm good. All right. And then, you know, they understand and overstand. Because they dealt with me already. They know who I am. But these new fucking orcs that are coming into these fucking programs, they don't know shit about me. And they're pissing me off. I'm not saying they don't have to know me. That's fine. I mean, for crying out loud, they still don't know me. The ones that have been knowing me for a while. But the ones that just came here, I'm just like, you really frustrated me to the point that I want to walk out of here. I might just walk out. I am this close to walking out. And I don't give a fuck what they're going to say. I would have been like, I walk out and I come back when I have money and I will do my fucking tests. And I will pass that shit so I don't have to come here anymore. And if they disagree with that whole fucking, oh, we don't want you to do that, that looks bad in the school system, well, fuck you, that's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault for listening to a system that's fucking pathetic and wants to downgrade your fucking children. Am I wrong? If I am wrong, do you know the math that they teach you in school now? Are you using it right now? No, you're using basically basic math. Even when you become a video game designer, they want you to learn basic math. They don't want you to learn what you learn in university and college. Why?